And now we have a true story of resilience. From a small village in Polokwane to the upper echelons of mathematics in South Africa, here is Professor Dephney Mathebula.
Stay with me. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today here. I'm so excited today to share my career journey with you as a mathematician and careers in mathematics. My name is Dephney Mathebula. I work at the University of South Africa under the Department of Decision Sciences. Okay. So the content of my talk today, don't be scared, it won't be like at the professor level. So the content of my talk will be as follows. I'll look at my career journey as a mathematician, and then with that, I'll focus on my research focus and the greatest achievement and the relevance of my achievement, and also the aspiration of my career journey. So apart from that, I'll look at what is this mathematics and why study mathematics. From there, I'll look at where do mathematicians work and careers in mathematics. Then we'll look at a short video that demonstrates some careers in mathematics. And then from there, I'll share with you some links for competitions in mathematics. And then lastly, I will give you a take-home message. Okay. Okay, so who is this Dephney Mathebula, first of all? I was born in Muyeshe village, that's in Limpopo, here in South Africa. So that is where I did my primary education and also high school education. So my journey was not that easy. So you can see in 2001, that's when I passed my grade 12. So I started by failing, and I failed mathematics in 2000. So mainly when we fail, we don't ask the question why. So in my case, I was a hard worker. I was working hard. I practiced a lot my mathematics. So back then, we had to choose between mathematics in higher grade and mathematics in standard grade. So for my case, I chose to do mathematics in standard grade. So unfortunately, on the exam day, they brought a higher grade mathematics paper. And you can imagine in a rural area where the roads are not good, they had to go and get the right question paper. Then they just decided that no, just go on and write the higher grade one. So unfortunately, I didn't do well in mathematics. I got GG. Back then, we didn't have levels. I got GG. So I didn't allow that to discourage me. I asked my question, why did I fail while I've been practicing? So I got my answer. So I just went on and repeated grade 12 and passed all my subjects. And then in 2001, that's when I passed all my subjects at high school. So moving forward, in 2002, I enrolled for BSc in Mathematics and Computer Science at the University of Venda. So taking into account what I've just said, you can imagine it was my first time to see a computer when I get to the University of Venda. So meaning that I had to start by learning how to hold a mouse, learning how to click those buttons, the keyboard. So that took my time. So I finally failed some of the modules for computer sciences. So the good thing is that when you do BSc degree, you'll have like 3 elective modules. you'll have three major modules. So for my case, even though I was doing BSc in mathematics and computer science, I had statistics as one of the electives. So the second year, nobody told me you have to take action by yourself. I realized that, yeah, this will delay me, and I can see the marriage between all these courses. Let me just switch to BSc in mathematics and statistics. So I switched to that. Then it took me at least 5 years to complete my junior degree, BSc in mathematics and statistics at the University of Venda, and I graduated in 2008. So from there, still taking into account from rural area, no career expos like these ones, you don't even have role models. So I had to continue and do BSc in mathematics, BSc honors in mathematics. And mind you, I didn't know what to do with this BSc in honors in mathematics. Like when people ask me, what do you want to do with your mathematics? And I'll just switch to statistics. You know, I'll work at Statistics South Africa. They do census, they do the county. That's all I knew. So fortunately enough for me, while I was still doing my honors in mathematics at the University of Venda, I had an opportunity to attend a workshop at the African Institute of Mathematical Sciences in Cape Town. There, they introduced us to the applications of mathematics in solving real-life problems. So the spread of infectious diseases is one of the challenges. So we do apply mathematics to solve that as well. So they introduced us to that, and then they also told us that if you want to enroll for this, you have an opportunity to get a scholarship as well. Then I said, even though I'm already doing my honors in mathematics, I want to grab this one with both hands. I don't want to leave this opportunity. So I applied for that, and fortunately enough, I got the scholarship. And then when I completed my honors in mathematics at the University of Venda, and then moved to Stellenbosch to do another honors in mathematics. So don't be surprised, we have 2009 there. So in 2009, that's when I graduated for BSc honors in mathematics at the University of Venda. So during that year, I was doing the other honors at Stellenbosch University. And then the same year, I graduated for the other honors in mathematics. So in this case, we were focusing on the mathematical modeling that we can call biomathematics as well. Okay, so I realized that now I found the right path for my career. Let me continue and do masters in mathematics, specializing in mathematical modeling of infectious diseases. As you all know that we have a challenge of the spread of infectious diseases in the whole world. We even noticed by COVID-19. Okay, I'll talk more about that as we move on. So in 2010, I graduated for MSc, Masters in Mathematics at Stellenbosch University. And then, in completing that, I went back home to Limpopo, and I thought I've arrived. I thought I'm done. So, as I move forward with my presentation, I'll show you also the importance of having a mentor or people that you look up to, those who have walked the same journey as the one you wish to walk. So, fortunately enough, when I moved to the University of Venda, I met Professor Garira, who happened to be my PhD supervisor. He advised me, he said, you can't just be lecturing here, you have to further your studies. And I tell you, you can be the first South African to obtain PhD in mathematics here at the University of Venda. And then I thought, wow, this is huge. And then I just accepted the challenge. I say, if people believe in you, you have to think twice and go for it. If those people who have also gone the same route that you see like is what you want. Okay, so in 2018, I graduated for PhD in mathematics at the University of Venda. So that's when I became the very first South African at the University of Venda to obtain a PhD in mathematics. And then take into account that this PhD of mine is also in mathematical modeling. Right. So how is my lecturing, or how did I start my lecturing? I started in 2012 up to 2013. There, I was a part-time lecturer of mathematics and statistics. I was working in two departments, mathematics and statistics, and I enjoyed both. Remember, nobody told me I switched to maths and stats, and I happened to get an opportunity to lecture those modules as well. So while lecturing as a part-time lecturer, I was doing my PhD, and you can imagine to balance the two is not that easy, but I pushed on. And then from 2014 to 2017, I was then employed as a lecturer at the University of Venda for mathematics. And then from 2018 to 2021, I was then promoted to senior lecturer position of mathematics at the University of Venda. So now, from 2021 December up to now, I am an associate professor of mathematics at the University of South Africa. So you can imagine the journey is very long, and I never allowed failing take away my courage to push on. Okay, so my research focus as a mathematician is tailored towards mathematical modeling of infectious diseases, as I've said, such as malaria, HIV, influenza, COVID-19, with intent to providing the most appropriate interventions. So in this case, as you have seen for COVID-19, without mathematicians and other scientists, we were not going to be able to combat the spread of COVID-19. So as I've indicated in my initial slide, that, you know what, there is a marriage between all these sciences: mathematics, statistics, computer science. So even though I dropped the computer science, it caught up with me. I'm still applying computer science now to do the coding, programming, when we do the mathematical modeling of infectious diseases. So, as we also know, currently, we are faced with the fourth industrial revolution. We have to move forward. We get used to the big data issue and all that has to do with data. And then without mathematics, it won't be that easy to work on that or to come up with solutions. So that's one of my research focus. Okay, so my greatest achievement, the first one is that I became the first South African to obtain a PhD in mathematics at the University of Venda. That was in 2018. And then secondly, I published an article on peer-reviewed mathematical biosciences journal that was rated the third among the 25 hottest articles in the whole world. That was in 2014 while I was still doing my PhD. Okay, so how relevant are my achievements? So, you know, mathematics as an important key in problem solving has allowed me to remain relevant in the medical field and major sectors of any economy, because mathematics is the mother of all subjects, or we call it universal language. Everyone apply mathematics. Even yourselves, where you are right now for today, you have applied mathematics many times, but you're not aware. Okay, so my mathematical modeling remains very important in managing the spread of infectious diseases such as HIV, malaria, influenza, and other infectious diseases. So appropriate interventions to control or to combat the spread of COVID-19 globally. It was possible for us to come to this stage controlling the spread of COVID-19 because some mathematicians developed some mathematical models to look at the transmission dynamics of COVID-19, and they came up with interventions to reduce or to control the spread of the disease. As you can see now, we are free. Okay, so what are my aspirations? Is to become an established researcher with international research collaborations, and then to remain relevant in research publications. As in academia, we say it's either you perish or you publish. So me, I don't choose to perish, I choose to publish. And then to encourage young people to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and to keep lecturing and supervising and co-supervising postgraduate students. Okay, so the business of the day, what is this mathematics before we look at the careers in mathematics? So mathematics is a science and the study of quality, structure, space, and change. So mathematicians seek out patterns, formulate new conjectures, and establish truth by rigorous deduction from appropriately chosen axioms and definitions. So that comes down to mathematical models, appropriate mathematical models to solve all these problems. So mathematics is a universal language that allows all people speak regardless of religion, culture, and gender. So it doesn't matter where you come from. We speak the same language. When I say what is 1 + 1, we'll all say 2. You won't say 3. So it's the same language all over, everywhere. So this is, mathematics is the language in which God has written the universe. This is by one of the scientists. So mathematics is very important. Okay, so why study this mathematics? First thing first is fun. It's fun. Whenever we find a solution, we celebrate. So make sure even yourselves, whenever you find a solution, celebrate. That will cultivate the spirit of loving this mathematics or enjoying it, you see? And then this can prepare you for a variety of excellent careers. So as I've told you before, currently in the whole world, we're faced with changes when it comes to technology. So these changes, they need people who have done mathematics and other science subjects. So if you have done mathematics, as I've said, it's like the mother. It covers everything. You can switch wherever you want, okay? So if you like solving puzzles and figuring out things, then mathematics major may interest you. So apart from that, applications of mathematics are everywhere, and a strong background in mathematics can help you in many different careers, as I've said. Even, I mean, in all areas, we do apply mathematics. Even those who hate mathematics with passion, they do apply mathematics unknowingly so. So mathematics is fun, I tell you. So where do mathematicians work? Mathematicians work in offices mainly, and then also work in teams. They work in teams like I've indicated to you the issue of COVID-19. They worked with other scientists to come up with solutions to combat the spread of COVID-19. They work with engineers and other professionals. So that is in industry, business, NGOs, and governmental organizations. So we see, for example, we have financial institutions, research institutions, and tertiary institutions, like universities, like and Statistics South Africa, CSIR, the MRC, just to name the few. So mathematicians, they use advanced mathematics to develop and understand mathematical principles and analyze data and solve real-life problems. So mathematics is fun. We apply it on our daily basis. So careers in mathematics, there are many. I'm not going to mention all of them. I'll just mention to you a few of them. So the ability to apply mathematical concepts and principles can be useful individually in any industry. When you complete an undergraduate math degree, this math degree, it can be math and statistics or mathematics and computer science or mathematics and physics. This degree, you will have like many possibilities to have the following or to work in the following areas. Like for instance, the pharmaceutical industry and biomedical industry and public health. You see, I was talking about the mathematical modeling. That is the same as biomathematics. And then we also, you remember I said the relationship or the marriage between these mathematics, statistics, computer science. Look now, even biology. We have biomathematics, we have biostatistics. All this, you can apply mathematics. So you can be a biomathematician or biostatistician. So there you will be looking at analyzing data related to human health and animals or plants. And many use mathematical and statistical techniques. And I can tell you for now, there are some of mathematical techniques that you are aware of. When we talk about the changes that we saw on the infection rate in South Africa, that we were checking over time, that is differential equation, you know about that. We're checking the changes of the infected individuals over time. So you are applying mathematics and other statistical techniques or methods. Okay, so let's continue. Like we also have operations research and management science. So in this one, operations research analysts are involved in strategizing, planning and forecasting assignments to help companies make better, profitable decisions and to solve problems. And then we also have this one, the famous one, the actual sciences. You see, this one, people think like it's very difficult compared to mathematics, like the one I've done. So if you have done BSc in mathematics and statistics or computer science, this one is just it will be very simple for you. If you are ready to do BSc in maths and stats, this one is easy as well because here they apply the mathematical methods and statistical methods that we looked in details in our degree. Okay, so we have economists. The economists study market data and use mathematical models and statistical analysis to understand and explain economic trends. Many economists work for various levels of government, examining issues related to employment, taxes, and interest rates. So apart from that, this is where I am, education. So we have mathematics teacher. These ones, they teach elementary, middle, or high school mathematics after obtaining a mathematics education bachelor's degree. So me, I didn't do that. I did BSc in maths and statistics. So I am a math professor that teaches at the tertiary level. So here I look at the advanced mathematics, or this is an advanced degree. So I've done mathematics up to PhD level. Okay, so we have mathematicians and applied mathematicians and also statisticians. So I fall under all that. Like I said, mathematics is the boss. so I fall everywhere. So a mathematician uses mathematical and computational techniques to solve problems in a specific industry. So you see, when I said there is a marriage between all these science subjects or courses, for computer science. Even though I tried to run away, it caught up with me. I'm applying computer science techniques now, or computational techniques, to analyze the spread of infectious diseases. Okay. So we also have investment analysts. Investment analysts study economic trends and assess investment opportunities for banks, securities organizations, and insurance firms. To be successful in this field, you cannot run away from mathematics. You have to do mathematics. Mathematics is needed to calculate the value of different investments and communicate your findings in written reports. Okay, so we have these statisticians. These ones, they gather and analyze data to identify trends and solve problems by coming up with the best method for collecting data and drawing conclusions based on the results. So you could work for government agencies and research institutes and also insurance firms, pharmaceutical companies, or even sport organizations. So you can imagine without these techniques, mathematical and statistical techniques, how it will be even to come up with a timetable when it comes to Olympics. We have Olympics. To come up with that timetable, they need statisticians, they need mathematicians, okay? So to come up with simple algorithms to simplify whatever decision they're supposed to make based on that. So we have inventory control specialists. So this one maintain a balance between having enough stock on hand to meet orders and having too much stock taking up space in the warehouse. So mathematics here, the mathematics knowledge is used for analytical skills to develop policies and procedures that keep inventory at appropriate levels. Okay, so we have a programmer analyst. So if you are a mathematician, you can go for this as well. Even for my case, with the skills that I have for computer science or programming, I can go for this. A bachelor's degree in math can get you in an entry-level position as a programmer analyst at some technology companies. And this role could involve writing specifications for software applications, designing database queries, or developing testing and debugging procedures. So you might also be responsible for customizing a piece of software to meet the specific needs of your company or client. So we also have the algorithms engineer. It takes a solid understanding of both math and technology to succeed as an algorithm engineer. So here they develop detailed algorithms. Algorithms, we're talking about codes that you come up when you do the programming. And then for anything from biometric fingerprint that we do at the banks and the likes, recognition to automated-driven applications. So that they need people with the skills in mathematics. So I have a short video for you here that will give you a brief demonstration of some of careers in mathematics.
If you enjoy solving puzzles and have a good head for numbers, you might be interested in a career as a mathematician. These workers use equations to solve both academic and real-life problems. Theoretical mathematicians use equations to develop new rules, disprove existing mathematical theories, or create new ones. They may develop methods to solve problems emerging from science and engineering fields. They often work for research firms or teach math and conduct research at colleges and universities. Applied mathematicians address an almost endless variety of problems, from making aircraft more aerodynamic, to programming models for a video game, to designing and deciphering encryption systems for the military and financial industries. Applied mathematicians work in industry and government, dealing with robotics, pharmaceuticals, space exploration, and more. Despite the differences between applied and theoretical mathematics, the areas often overlap. Many mathematicians, particularly those in government or private industry, use both applied and theoretical knowledge in their job duties. Mathematicians, however, are a relatively small occupation. Most people with a degree in mathematics or who develop mathematical theories and models work in related fields and professions, such as information technology. Some become math teachers in a middle school or high school. This typically requires a math degree and a teaching credential. Government jobs require at least a bachelor's degree in math. For private industry jobs, a master's degree or PhD is usually expected, and in academia, a PhD is needed. So, is this challenging career in a fast-growing field the right choice for you? You do the math.
Okay, I hope you got that. And then before I conclude, I just want to let you know that, in this journey for mathematics, without celebrations, it's boring. Without having fun, it will be boring. That's why I encourage that whenever you get a solution, celebrate. Celebrate every small win. So these are some of our competitions in mathematics. We have the one for SAMF. This one, you can enter from your school. This one is well known, like as a Maths Olympiad. So this one is very good as well, and that one they do in collaboration with Nestle South Africa. So these are all the competitions that you can enter. They are very important to cultivate the spirit of loving mathematics while you are on the journey. So what is the take-home message for today? So do not be discouraged because of failures in life, but take failure as an opportunity to perform better. Take failure as a motivation to push on. And also, maintain a good value support system and be surrounded by positive mind-driven individuals. The people you hang around with, they play a very important role in your career journey. And apart from that, of which I also thought if I had a mentor, I don't think my journey was going to be very long. So it's important to identify role models, like myself and other speakers of the day. And then you ask them, how did they make it? They will tell you where they failed and how to avoid it so that you don't repeat it. And then be honest to yourself and the people around you. So as a learner, you have to be honest to your parent. Tell them when you have homework. Tell them when you need help. Maybe you need extra lessons. Let them know. Don't just act like all is well while it's not. So if you are not honest, it will be very tough. So in mathematics, you have to discuss with others. You have to practice with others. So practice as many times as you can and have fun and celebrate every win. And then plan for your future. Do not wait until your senior year to begin thinking about what you are going to do. Like me, I didn't wait. I just went on and finished. And actually, right now, I'm thinking what to do next. What to do next. As I said, mathematics is the mother, so I can look for something related to that, and I better my skills to move with the times. Okay? Thank you so much. Inkobu.